What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing a video on the current heroes in the Supreme and Excellent Wish banner. I say current, it's not here yet, it's here on Friday. It's the Control banner with Nicholas, Rista, Fiona, Ellic and Alahan. So we'll go over each hero. You know, I know you can't select, it's not like a Miracle Wish where you can select which hero you want. You've got to be lucky and get them. Don't forget, for Nicholas, there will be a 10 pity pull on him. So if you pull 10 legends, you will be guaranteed to get a Nicholas. Don't forget, using Aptoid and using Carzak 5, you can save yourself money and also support me and my channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't used Aptoid and you want to use Aptoid, link in the description below. It's a guide there for anyone how to install it. If you don't have an Android phone, you can install it onto your PC using BlueStacks or LD Player, I believe. So that's the guide there for it. Check it out if you need to. Some of you may not need to, some of you do. You know, it's a dummy guide made by a dummy, and I'm the dummy, so you have a bit of fun there too. Okay, let's have a little look at the first hit. Obviously, Nicholas. Okay, Nicholas is back. He is the single most handedly greatest hero in the game. He really is. There's no one. There's no one quite like him. Okay, and we're just going to talk about why he is so good quickly. Why he is so good. Now, his basic, you know, reducing effect resistance by 50% for 2 turns. This is great for boss fights. This is absolutely fantastic for boss fights on his basic to have this. Absolutely fantastic. Skill 2. It grants all allies a shield by 40% of Nicholas' max health for 2 turns. That's nice, but at exclusive 1, he also increases all allies' speed by 40% for 2 turns. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, so you're not going to have issues between waves, okay? It's very, very good. His passive. Now, this is partly why Nicholas is so good. He grants all allies Christmas surprise if he survives at the beginning of each wave. As you can see, all attackers gain all damage dealt increase. Defense reduce all damage received by a certain amount. Support increases effect resistance by a certain amount. And this increases as well with, as you can see. So, like, he's just so freaking broken. We said this when he was first released. He's so good. And exclusive 3 is just ginormous. It's just ginormous. Everyone gets an apple. It's a death save. It's a complete death save. They can be killed and they will still be alive. The apple will restore them back to, what is it? Is it like 40% health or something? Allies with Christmas apple have a 30% boost of all effects granted by Christmas as well. Yeah, that's another thing. At E3 is also boosting these effects by another 30%. And yeah, gain immunity to his death and restore health by 30% of their own max health. Now, if you think of the Brynhilds for a moment, on a leech set, being revived or coming back to that and then hitting back and gaining more health back as well, it just works hand in hand. And this is so insanely good as well for dungeons. He is the most important hero for dungeons. I hate it, but we need him. We just need him now, especially with how hard the content is in those late dungeons. The apple comes back on each wave, so if you lose it on one, it'll be back on the next one. Crazy. Now, coming surprise. I always like the name of this one. Coming surprise. This is huge as well. It's an AoE speed down 2 freeze attack, but there is a special feature to it as well. Because if the enemies are frozen, so if you have Quinlan on your team and he's freezing the enemies before, or you have a Nasil, freeze becomes uncleansable. Uncleansable if you use Nicholas after the targets are frozen. So they're going to be frozen for 2 turns. It's the ultimate cleave in the game. It's just the ultimate cheese, literally. It just makes the game so easy in that sense. Level 2 restores health by 15% of Nicholas' max health for all allies after coming surprise is cast. If there are 2 or 3 enemies under freeze status, reduces, and that's another thing, it reduces the cooldown by 1 turn. If there are 4 or more, it reduces the cooldown by 2 turns. So it's just constant. The enemies will never not be frozen if you have Nicholas at E2. I would recommend, highly recommend getting E3 because otherwise you will regret it. You will regret it, trust me, you will. So Nicholas is the ultimate hero in the game. The best support there is. There is no better than Nicholas. There literally is no better. Put him on a combat vanguard aura and you are set. You are set. The next hero Rista. So let's head over to Sword Harbor Guards. Rista, he is, you probably see me using him a lot recently, and that's because he is so good. He is just so good. And he doesn't need this final one. The main one is exclusive 1. Acts 1 extra turn after casting a Breakthrough Pact. Increases the turn meter of the Allied Alliance by 30%. It's a great way of getting that hero into battle faster. If you're using him with a direct damage hero, like Lucifer or even Lukea. The Allied Alliance has an extra 30% crit damage, increases his extra crit damage to 50% if the ally is under stealth. You know, he is just so good. Bear in mind, on his first active skill, increases all allies' attack by 40% for 2 turns and grants stealth to self and allies with alliance for 2 turns. So attack up 2, and he grants stealth to self and the ally, 1 ally. At level 1, he gets an extra turn after casting. This is a 4-turn cooldown as well. It becomes a 3-turn cooldown pretty much because we get another turn at exclusive 1. We go straight into Ball Lightning, which gives us a chance to stun everybody. It gives us a chance to stun everybody as well, and also deals a nice amount of damage. Death down 2 at E3. It's actually really nice. Maybe I do need to put him to E3. But it's only the target, isn't it? I don't think it's everyone. I think it's just a 1 target. But it's beautiful going in, you know, because if we have Mr. Freeze somewhere and you have Rista here to stun as well, it's great for Elemental City. On his basic, he has a chance to stun, and then the ally next to him will pursue an attack as well. And, you know, this is fantastic as well, especially if you're using Ben Austin and Rista with another direct damage or any attacking hero. It's great because you have another chance here to stun on the hit with his basic. So that's also very, very useful, and it does help out quite a lot. Fiona, which is in Holy Light Parliament. Yeah. Fiona used to be an amazing hero, not quite used as much now. She is mainly for PvP. She can stun on the AoE here. It increases the chance at exclusive 2. She also gets Grace. She's immune to control effects. And doesn't she get a turn meter boost? This is at E1. When inviolability is triggered, self-turn meter is increased by 25%. So that is also very handy. But she is niche though. She cleanses an ally's all debuffs and grants unblock debuff for 2 turns. Meanwhile, increases the target's attack by 40% for 2 turns. If the target is killed, revives the target for 20% of Fiona's max health and grants him stealth for 2 turns. So inferior severe wound as well on the basic. So yeah, like in this pool, Fiona's not really one I would like be happy at getting, but she is useful. She is still a very good hero, especially PvP. You're not really going to use her much place else, so bear that in mind. Ellic. He definitely was God tier. He's more S tier now, especially with the rework of how Mammoth being in the game kind of did take away the need of Ellic as well. But he's still very useful, PvE and PvP. That's because in PvP, you know, he can take the debuffs from an ally with the highest attack, 5 of them at E2. And this means that, you know, he's going to be taking the CC, all that kind of stuff, from your main damage deal. I mean, you can get that attack off. Or you could have a support on really high attack so that they can get their skill off as well. He grants Consolidation 2, and shield increases by 30%. At level 3, wait, that is at level 3 you get the shield. You don't get the shield before that, you just get Consolidation 2. I feel like this kind of needs a rework here. I feel like Ellic could do a rework now. This shouldn't be his exclusive, this should be standard now. He's getting a bit dated. Defense up 2 by 60%, and tenacity by 30%. Also grants all allies block debuff for 1 turn. And he also has a chance to stun on his basic as well, similar to Rista. So Ellic he's still a very, very good hero. But he is getting a little dated compared to how good he used to be. The final hero is Alahan. And Alahan, again, you don't see many people talking about Alahan. You don't see many people using him. Definitely being replaced by Marvel as well for his one really fantastic skill he had, which was equaling the health of all allies with the highest health there was. That was fantastic. But he does have a buff strip, if I remember correctly. He has a chance to stun as well. Steals all enemy shields. Grants all allies a shield by 20% of max health. I thought there was a remove. Is it on this basic? Removes one layer of a random buff from a single enemy. Yeah, there you go. At E1, removes all buffs from a target, increases the health restoration. So he was very niche for Force Marked out at one point. He was very niche. But Alahan has become another hero that's just dated. He's just dated now. And it's a shame that we're seeing this with some of the heroes, and they do need reworking. They do. But that's the heroes in it. Obviously, the greatest pull you can get is Nicholas. And I hope all of you get your Nicholases. I really do. I hope you all get him to E3 because he is just so good. Rista would be your second best bet here. Rista is a great hero. So Nicholas, Rista is your target. Ellic is a great consolidation prize. Fiona and Alahan. Well, we discussed it, didn't we? We discussed it. But definitely use all your wishes in the hope to get a Nicholas, because you won't regret having him. He is a game changer. So I'll see all of you in the next video. Take care. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are. Goodbye.